Part 4. General Xie skipped my meeting request, so he will regret in future. The next morning, Ming Yu and the others started to set off. Today, Ming Yu's spirit and energy were much better, which made Mo Zhang also relieved. After going back yesterday, I was worried about whether His Highness was in good health, but now it seems that there is no serious problem. In fact, people's ability to adapt is still very strong, and Ming Yu has a strong heart, otherwise he would have collapsed as soon as he came to this unfamiliar world. And 2 or 3 days were enough for him to adjust his mentality. Therefore, when he arrived at Chonglin Mountain, Ming Yu had returned to his original state. And his words and actions still gave him a calm feeling like a spring breeze. Originally, Ming Yu thought that when he went to Chonglin Mountain, he would be able to see the famous general. But the ones who came to greet him were the lieutenant generals of the Red Robe Army and a few personal attendants. Ming Yu was a little disappointed. Ji Yu had long expected this to happen. So he helped to say for the general, His Royal Highness, the general wanted to come here to arrange tactics, and he couldn't get away for a while. I hope your highness will forgive me. Ming Yu smiled slightly. It doesn't matter. He will be outside, so he can't help himself. And he should focus on business. Ji Yu quietly looked at Ming Yu's smiling face, and was not sure whether it was the truth or the irony. Instead, Mo Zhang opened his mouth to make a clearance. We were reckless, and we didn't inform General Xie in advance. General Xie has something to do, and I also know that General Ji doesn't have to care. He knew their highness, although he had regrets. He didn't take this to heart. Since Commander Mo said so, Ji Yu smiled awkwardly and nodded. The lieutenant who came to greet them politely asked Prince Duan and his party to station on the spot. After they had defeated the barbarians, they should not have to wait long. It only took 1 or 2 days, so he didn't dare to let them enter the battlefield. Although the number of barbarians was not large, they were all brave and fierce. How could rabbits bite people when they were in a hurry? If the counterattack hurts Prince Duan's person, then they will not be easy to deal with. Ming Yu knew their difficulties and accepted this arrangement with kindness. In fact, they didn't really want to participate in the war. It was a very good experience to be able to observe 1 or 2 from the sidelines. The lieutenant general heard that Ming Yu agreed to his conditions without hesitation, and was stunned for a moment. He had prepared a lot of rhetoric, and he must persuade His Royal Highness Prince Duan. As a result, the prepared remarks were useless, and they got stuck for a while. After a while, they said goodbye and left. Instructed to go down to camp on the spot and settle everything, Ming Yu took Mo Zhang towards General Xie and left. The so-called mountain does not come to me. I will go to the mountain, and the generals of the war are in front of me. Besides, he also wanted to ask for advice on General Xia's way of governing the army. However, after waiting for a long time, I just waited for a message from the personal soldiers. General Xie is too busy to meet with him, please come back. In addition, he also added a sentence, please consider your own safety, Your Highness, and do not wander anywhere. Ming Yu was speechless, and sure enough, those who are capable are arrogant. Mo Zhang was afraid that Ming Yu would be angry. His Royal Highness, why don't we come to see General Xie after the war is over? That's right. Liu Bei has to pay attention to the cottage 3 visits when he invites Zhuge Liang, so where do you go? Wait for the general in the future. We will visit again when we are free. Ming Yu smiled, not at all angry because he was rejected. Who is Liu Bei and Zhuge Liang? What are the 3 visits to the cottage? None of the people present knew this allusion, so Mo Zhang couldn't help but ask. Only then did Ming Yu remember the difference in this world. So he laughed and said, it's nothing, it's just a story I heard from elsewhere. Mo Zhang nodded in understanding. Seeing that he was fooled, Ming Yu returned to the main topic. Okay, go back first. It's not bad at this time. Ming Yu shrugged, spread his hands and said indifferently, tell your general, this prince. Come visit again after this battle. The person who sent the message reported back to Ming Yu and the others. Xie Yishuo learned that they did not aggressively and arrogantly, or even not bully others, and were slightly stunned, but he let it go. It would be good for the prince to be able to know what he is interested in, which saves him a lot of effort. He didn't take it seriously, and motioned everyone present to continue discussing the issue just now. General, is it really good to leave people there like this? After all, he is still a prince. Shall we meet? Lieutenant General Yang persuaded that if he annoyed these royal nobles and made trouble at that time, he would the outweighed loss, but before he could finish speaking, Xie Yishuo glanced at him coldly, so he quickly shut his mouth. Come on, he shouldn't talk too much about this kind of thing, isn't this self-indulgent? Xie Yishuo ignored him, staring at the map and threw a sentence. Get ready. Launch a general attack tomorrow. Go down and prepare yourself. Be sure to catch them all at once. Everyone led the way. When Ming Yu and the others got the news, the battle was almost over. When Ming Yu arrived with Mo Zhang and Ji Yu, he saw the Red Robe army cleaning the battlefield from a distance. On a small dirt slope, there was a snow-white warhorse, and one person on the horse. He was dressed in red and silver armor. His shoulders and backs were straight, like a long sword in a sheath. His mood hurt. That's our General Xie. Ji Yu's eyes flashed brightly, and his tone was full of pride. Only our general can annihilate the barbarians so easily. Although Ming Yu had a little guess in his heart, he heard it then Ji Yu's words were confirmed, and he thought to himself, yes. Other than the rumored General Zan, who else can have such an aura? General Xie really lived up to his name. Ming Yu has seen countless great people, but this General Xie has a unique aura, oh. Therefore, it is said that people still have their own aura. Mo Zhang never spoke, but judging from his slightly trembling hands, he could still see the excitement in his heart. Finally, I saw the famous general of the Dayan Country, and there was nowhere to put my siblings. Ming Yu knew this feeling. This is like seeing the great god he admired in later generations. He was so excited that he couldn't find south or north. If conditions permit, I'm afraid I'll go up early to sign an autograph. At this moment, the man on the horse seemed to sense their gaze and turned his head to look at them. Ming Yu was delighted, and was about to go forward and set up something close. But General Xie withdrew his gaze indifferently, and then left the battlefield without looking back. Left? Just left? Ming Yu was stunned. Did he not see them, or did he not know who they were? Just under their noses, they made a face-to-face and then left as if nothing had happened. When Ji Yu saw this scene, he couldn't help but help his forehead. General, is it really good for you to just throw down His Royal Highness Duan like this and leave? His Royal Highness, the general wants to come and deal with post-war matters. So, Ji Yu racked his brains trying to smooth things out. Ming Yu twitched the corners of his mouth and looked at Ji Yu jokingly. Really? Ji Yu nodded again and again with a face full of you believe me, what I said is true. Mo Zhang looked at Ming Yu and then at Ji Yu. He didn't really believe what he said. Well, when you're done with your work, I'll go to you again. It's impossible to hide by then, right? It's not girls, what's there to hide? Ming Yu narrowed his peach blossom eyes, thinking in his heart. Xie Yishuo didn't hide from people, but simply didn't want to waste time on useless people. Instead of making friends with such a royal dude, he might as well spend more time on military training. Because of this thought, when Ming Yu went to find General Xie after everything was over, he got the news that General Xie had left with his troops. Now, Ming Yu really understands that General Xie just doesn't want to take care of him. Even Ji Yu, who had been helping General Xie to speak, said nothing. Ming Yu touched his chin and laughed a few times. It was really interesting. If you ignore my love today, tomorrow I will let you down. When you beg me, I'll see if it's still the way it is today. At this time, Xie Yishou didn't know yet. He didn't like him at all. First meeting. Ming Yu, who was as unique as a passerby, would have such a deep bond with him in the future. How can I miss so much? That's it, it's okay. We still have to pay attention to the relationship between people. Since we don't have a relationship with General Xie, we don't have to force it. We are ready to leave for Liangcheng. Ming Yu waved his hand and instructed.